Welcome to a journey that will shatter everything you think you know about love and attraction. What I'm about to share with you isn't based on fairy tales or romantic movies. It's based on raw psychology, biological truth, and the patterns that govern human attraction, whether we want to admit it or not. Most men spend their entire lives confused about women. They wonder why the nice guy finishes last. They question why being kind, available, and generous doesn't create the love they desperately want. They sit in frustration, watching women choose men who seem less caring, less available, less perfect on paper. The answer isn't what you think. It's not about being mean or playing games. It's about understanding something much deeper about how the female mind actually works when it comes to love and attraction. The emotional reality. Here's the first truth that will change everything. Women don't love logically. They love emotionally. While men often fall in love with what they see and what makes sense, women fall in love with what they feel. This isn't a flaw or weakness. It's biology. When a woman meets you, she's not running through a mental checklist of your qualifications. She's not calculating your income, measuring your muscles, or analyzing your personality traits like a business decision. Instead, her brain is asking one simple question: how does this man make me feel? If you make her feel excited, curious, safe, and emotionally stimulated, she'll become attached regardless of your flaws. If you make her feel bored, predictable, or emotionally flat, she'll lose interest regardless of your perfections. This is why you see successful, handsome, wealthy men getting rejected, while other men with less obvious advantages become completely irresistible to women. The difference isn't in what they have, it's in what they create emotionally. Think about your own life. The people you remember most aren't necessarily the ones who were nicest to you. They're the ones who made you feel something strong. The same principle applies to how women experience attraction. The power of emotional contrast. Most men make the mistake of being emotionally flat. They're always the same, always nice, always agreeable, always available. They think consistency equals attraction, but they're wrong. Consistency equals comfort, and comfort kills desire. What creates attraction is emotional variety, not chaos or cruelty, but intelligent unpredictability. Sometimes you're warm and connecting deeply. Other times, you're focused on your own world. Sometimes you're playful and teasing. Other times, you're serious and grounded. This emotional range keeps her mind engaged because she never knows which version of you she's going to encounter. And when the mind is engaged, emotions follow. Women crave men who can make them feel multiple emotions because it mirrors the complexity of their own inner world. A woman's emotional landscape is rich and varied. She wants a man who can match that depth, not someone who only operates on one emotional level. The key is learning to be emotionally intelligent without being emotionally needy. You can be warm without being desperate. You can be caring without being clingy. You can be interested without being obsessed. The mystery factor. The second major principle is mystery. Not the kind where you lie about who you are, but the kind where you don't reveal everything at once. Most men make the mistake of emotional vomiting. They share their entire life story, all their feelings, all their thoughts, and all their intentions within the first few conversations. This kills attraction immediately because it eliminates the element of discovery. Women are naturally curious creatures. They want to explore, to uncover, to gradually understand the man they're with. When you give away everything immediately, you rob her of that journey. Mystery means having depth that can't be understood in one conversation. It means having interests, thoughts, and experiences that she discovers over time. It means not explaining every action, not justifying every decision, and not seeking approval for every choice. A mysterious man isn't secretive or dishonest. He's simply selective about what he shares and when. He lets her earn access to different levels of his personality and inner world. This creates investment because people value what they have to work for. The scarcity principle. Here's something that might hurt to hear, but it's essential. The more available you are, the less attractive you become. This isn't because women are cruel or manipulative. It's because human psychology values what is limited and takes for granted what is abundant. When you're always free, always texting back immediately, always saying yes to her requests, always making her your top priority, you signal that you have nothing else going on. You signal that she's the most important thing in your life, which paradoxically makes her less interested in being part of it. Attractive men have full lives. They have purposes, goals, friendships, hobbies, and responsibilities that don't revolve around any single woman. This doesn't mean they don't care about relationships. It means they don't sacrifice their entire existence for them. When you have genuine scarcity because you're building something meaningful with your life, women notice. When you can't always be available because you're pursuing important goals, it creates natural space that allows attraction to grow. The opposite of neediness isn't coldness. It's self-sufficiency. It's being happy to share your life with someone without needing them to complete it. Inner strength and stability. Women are attracted to strength, but not the kind you might think. It's not about physical dominance or aggressive behavior. It's about emotional stability and inner confidence. It's about being unshakable when life gets challenging. Most men crumble under pressure. When a woman tests them, they react emotionally. When conflict arises, they either become aggressive or completely passive. When things get uncertain, they panic and start chasing reassurance. But the men women find irresistible are the ones who stay calm in chaos. When she's having a bad day, he doesn't try to fix her or get pulled into her emotional state. He remains grounded and present. When she tests his boundaries, he doesn't get angry or defensive. He simply maintains his standards with quiet confidence. This kind of strength makes women feel safe, not because it protects them from physical danger, but because it protects them from emotional turbulence. When a woman knows that her man won't be swayed by temporary emotions or external pressures, she can relax and be feminine around him. The leadership dynamic. In healthy relationships, someone has to lead, and women are biologically programmed to be attracted to men who can take that role naturally. This doesn't mean being controlling or domineering. It means being decisive, having a vision, and moving forward with confidence. Most men ask women what they want to do, where they want to go, what they want to eat. They think they're being considerate, but they're actually creating emotional burden. They're forcing her to make decisions and lead interactions, which kills the polarity that creates attraction. A man who leads, makes plans, suggests activities, and takes charge of logistics. He doesn't ignore her preferences, but he doesn't put all the decision-making responsibility on her either. He creates experiences and invites her to join them. This kind of leadership extends beyond dating into all areas of life. It's about having direction, knowing what you want, and moving toward it with determination. Women are attracted to this forward momentum because it suggests security and purpose. Emotional independence. Perhaps the most attractive quality a man can develop is emotional independence. This means your mood, your self-worth, and your happiness don't depend on how any woman treats you. You're complete as an individual, and relationships add to your life rather than defining it. Emotionally independent men don't chase validation. They don't need constant reassurance. They don't fall apart when someone loses interest. They understand that attraction isn't something you can force or negotiate. It either exists or it doesn't, and trying to create it through effort usually destroys it. This independence is magnetic because it's so rare. Most people, not just men, are emotionally dependent on others for their sense of worth. When you meet someone who genuinely doesn't need your approval to feel good about themselves, it's immediately attractive. The rejection response. How you handle rejection reveals everything about your character and attractiveness. Most men either become angry and bitter or desperate and pleading when faced with rejection. Both responses kill any remaining chance of attraction. The attractive response to rejection is acceptance and grace. You don't try to change her mind. You don't ask for explanations. You don't make her feel guilty. You simply accept that not everyone will be attracted to you, and that's perfectly normal. Sometimes this calm acceptance of rejection actually increases attraction because it demonstrates the kind of emotional maturity and self-respect that women find irresistible. Even if it doesn't change her mind immediately, it leaves the door open for the future and maintains your dignity. Building genuine confidence. Real confidence isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming comfortable with who you are while continuously working to improve. It's about accepting your flaws while refusing to let them define you. Confident men don't need to prove themselves constantly. They don't brag about their achievements or try to impress others with their status. Their confidence is quiet and secure, based on self-knowledge rather than external validation. This confidence comes from facing challenges, overcoming obstacles, and building competence in various areas of life. It comes from having values and living by them, regardless of what others think. It comes from treating yourself with respect and expecting others to do the same. The long-term perspective. Understanding female psychology isn't just about attracting women. It's about building relationships that last. The same principles that create initial attraction also maintain long-term connection, emotional variety, mystery, independence, strength, and leadership. In long-term relationships, these qualities prevent the relationship from becoming stale or taking each other for granted. They maintain the polarity and excitement that keep both partners invested and attracted to each other over time. The goal isn't to manipulate or control anyone. It's to become the kind of man who naturally attracts healthy, high-quality women and maintains their interest through genuine personal development and emotional maturity. Remember, you can't negotiate attraction. You can't convince someone to feel something they don't feel. But you can become the type of person who naturally inspires those feelings in others through your character, your choices, and your presence. The journey of understanding female psychology is really a journey of understanding yourself and becoming the best version of who you can be. The external results are simply a reflection of that internal transformation. Ready to transform how you approach relationships and attraction? Subscribe to our channel for more insights into the psychology of attraction and personal development. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and comment below with your biggest takeaway. Your journey to becoming irresistibly attractive starts with understanding these fundamental truths about human nature.